lost again, lost in the pouring rain. I had a plan, I had a future there beside me. Every night you were there to guide me. You felt like home, but now I don't belong. I don't belong now, baby. Our love was real, but now it's just a ghost of a memory. We had our thing, but then you go and cut me so deep. Ooh, child, you're just a ghost of a memory. You took my heart, you took the better part of me. I don't belong now, baby. You took the better part of me. You took it all from me, baby. You took it all from me.
Hey now, what's up, everybody? We are here. It is time. WPIG Radio, late night style. Late night, first ever edition of the show. Not that song, no. No. We got to pause it. We can't have too many songs rocking and rolling to start. I meant to do the real GTA song, but I didn't get it in the scene yet, so you know how that goes. You know how that goes. You could expect many of those disaster-style moments here on WPIG Radio until we get it up and running. You know what I mean? Until we get it up and running exactly as hype as we want it to be. But big ups to everybody for joining. Hope you're ready for a meaningful, curated, chill time here today as our first ever edition of WPIG Radio coming at you. And the idea of this show is, hey, man, radio is cool. I've always liked radio. I've always liked call-in shows. So I said, fuck it. Might as well try one myself, right? So let's do it, all right? Let's just chill and have a good time. The theme today is going to be crimes we have committed, all right? Now remember, it doesn't have to be serious crime. We're not looking for murders here, unless you want to share that, right? But that's the benefit you have out there, because when you call in or leave a message, you can put whatever the fuck name you want. So the key is, if you want to, you can share whatever you want. Just put a different name up there and no one will ever know, you know what I'm saying? But for my crime that I have to share, of course, it's a little bit more chill and relaxed than some of yours might be, if you know what I mean. But anyways, let's meet our call screener for the night. I think you guys are going to enjoy this one. Let's get her in here now. Indrid Cold, our first call screener. Hello, Indrid. Hold on. They couldn't hear you. Hello. There you are. There you are. Now they can hear you.
I'm not asleep this time. Woo!
Nope. Indrid's in the house. She's going to be checking your calls and see if they're cool or not.
Yeah.
We also have a 10-second delay.
Cool.
We have a 10-second delay for also emergency purposes, so don't worry about that. We'll be fine.
Yep.
But okay, Indrid, I'm going to get with you in a second. First, I'm going to share my crime story.
Do it.
And then we're going to get Indrid's crime story.
Yeah.
And while I'm telling my crime story, though, we should be getting some callers in there, though. So let me get the link going. The link is going to be down below. And this is how you're going to get in there. So what's going to happen is you click the link, and you're going to be into a room where you choose your mic. Once you choose your mic, just wait there, and Indrid will get to you in a second. And then you'll move on to the next step of the process. But it should be pretty chill, all right? There's the call-in link right there. Okay, so I'm going to put Indrid on mute for a second here. She's going to check you beautiful callers out, and then we'll be back with you in a second. All right, Indrid?
All right.
All right, bye-bye. Muted, injured right there. Okay, so my story, as I got, where I'm going to start with in my story is the world of Japan, all right? Oh, God, BR Joe in the house here. I don't think I set it up. Yes, I have. Derek is going to call in just with coordinates. Okay, all right. Well, hopefully we don't get that level here tonight, but you never know where the night is young, my friends, all right? So my story starts, and I'm going to give you the exact images of my crime, okay? My crime is I'm going to show you the images of my crime. So it won't be the exact thing, but you know, all right? So many a day when you're going out in Japan, as most people do, you take a bike. Especially if you're going to get wasted, you take a bike. Now, I brought this here to show you an example of how in many places in Japan, you can see bikes just sitting around, right? Bikes sitting around where they shouldn't be. They're not. Some people try to avoid paying for the real parking by putting their bike like here. You know what I mean? Even though that's not an official spot, but they lock it up so they think they're cool. You know, and then no one's going to take it. Well, no one's going to take it except for the bike patrols that come around and after a certain time, they'll take it away. And some places, like in the heart of cities and stuff, they'll tell you, you know, you can't put a bike here at any time, especially next to stations and stuff. They'll say, no bike at any time can be parked here because they do offer paid parking for bikes, okay? That's a key. They do offer paid parking, and it's not expensive. It's $1 or so. Right? $1 or so, and that'll handle it. But usually what I would do is still just park it in front of the establishment I was going at. And when I was leaving the establishment, I would take it away with me, and that was fine. Well, sometimes, though, the night would go into step 2, step 3, step 4, right? And you leave your bike at that initial starting point, the base camp, okay? So one of these nights, I had my bike at base camp. Let's say that was the restaurant we ate dinner at. And then you go to step 2, which is the next restaurant. Then you go get ice cream. Then you go karaoke for 4 hours. And now it's 3 a.m. and you got to find base camp again. All right? So now I go back to base camp and my bike's not there. So now I thought, okay, well, someone probably stole it. Well, this one time someone said, well, it might not have been stolen. It might have been taken to bike impound. Okay? So I didn't know what this was at the time, but someone said you should check and see if it's at bike impound. And remember, it's 4 a.m. here. It's 4 a.m. So even if I go to bike impound, which looks like this is not the one that was at my town, but this is exactly what it looks like. It's a place where they put all those nasty criminals that leave their bikes around. All right? So they got their bikes in here and they throw them in here. And if you want to get your bike back, you wait the next day when there's a dude working here and you pay your fine of, I think it was $40 to get your bike back. Well, I rode my bike 30 minutes to get here and it was 4 a.m. So, and remember, a key point I left out of this story is I am hammered. Okay? Hammered. As I usually was, to be fair. Right? So I'm hammered. So as you can see here, there is not barbed wire fence, but it is inward facing. So as you can see, it's leaning forward one way. So kind of getting in is the easy part. Getting out, now that's the tough part. So what did I do? Well, that night, I wasn't waiting until the morning till someone was working there. I decided I was going to make a jump for it. So, I don't remember how I did or what exactly I did. Actually, here's the real spot I did it at, but unfortunately, it's changed from a bike impound to a paid parking area. So, I can't tell you my exact strategy here because it has changed to a much nicer, much lower bar area. This would be nothing. I wouldn't even be telling you the story if I had to do this. But for when it was back in my day, it looked exactly the same as this. Exactly same setup with that fence and everything. So, I jumped the fence. Oh, no, first I look around. You know, I'm not just jumping the fence for no reason. I look around, and I notice my bike, my black bike. And it was black and white letters. And I saw it. So then I kind of got into I was excited because I thought, it's right there. Why don't I just go get it? That's exactly what I did. I somehow climbed the fence and got in. And I was in. And I thought, at that point, now it's going to be easy because I got in, right? And but that's where I really, really didn't think it through. Because as you can see, pretend you got a bike on here. You got a bike, and you got to push it all the way over this fence that, again, is leaning forward, right? But I also can't just escape because that's kind of hard too. So after much toiling, I somehow found a spot where I could stand on someone else's motorcycle or something, and I pushed it up enough to just make it crash down on the other side. But I didn't give a fuck. I was in heaven. I was like, holy shit, I made it out. I'm out. I did it. And I thought that was going to be it. I thought that I was in heaven. So I got it out, took it home, and that is the crime I committed in Japan. Very small crime. But remember, with my face showing and everything, guys, I can't talk about the real stuff I did. But I really haven't done anything that crazy, to be honest. The craziest thing another crazy crime I took part in was I one time when my parents let me buy their car from them, but kind of under the table. And one good part of it was that one good aspect of the bike was that it was cheap because it needed an inspection, right? So I got it a little bit cheaper. My parents were nice and said, okay, you get a little cheaper, but it needs an inspection. And if you don't get inspection where I was from, you don't get the license plate, let's say numbers. In America, you have to get these license plates updated all the time. If you don't get the inspection, they don't get it. So my dad, though, had a boat trailer, okay? And I'm a genius during this point. Remember this, I'm a genius. So but the boat was broken, so he wasn't using the boat trailer anymore, but yet he still got those stickers. So, you see where I'm going with this, right? Updated stickers for a boat trailer he's not using vis-a-vis voulez-vous, parlez-vous avec moi, c'est soi. I put those stickers onto my car. And I said, hey, those are still legal and, totally fine, right? They're modern. Well, one day on the way home from school, I was pulled over by a policeman-style gentleman, and he asked me, you know why I pulled you over? I still remember him saying that. You know why I pulled you over? And I said, no, I don't. Even though I did know. He said, you know why I pulled you over here, sir? No, what happened? What? And he said, you got the wrong stickers on your license plate. I said, oh my God. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. So then he gave me the ticket and just let me go. And he didn't even ask for a story or anything. He said, okay, well, here you got to show up. Remember, this is a while ago, Tori Escape, and I just started college, I think, at that point, so it was a long time ago. I don't think they had automated cameras at that point. But anyways, so I had to go he had set a court date, but I was like, fuck it, I'm going to the court date, because if he doesn't show up, you get off for free. And I'll tell you something else. That very court date was the day I took out my eyebrow piercing, and I never put it in again after that court case, because I don't know. I just didn't. That was kind of the changing of the times for me, I guess. End of an era. It was the end of my eyebrow piercing era. Was that court date? And he did show up, by the way. That fucker. And I did explain the story, but here's how I explained it to the judge. I said, "Well, judge, excuse me. I thought those were for my car." And here's the thing. Even though I don't think he believed my story in any way, shape, or form. I don't think he did. But he still takes off something for, like, pitying. So if, you ask for pity and you look down at your luck, they'll kind of pity you. So I didn't have to pay the amount I was supposed to pay, but I did have to pay something. But anyways, that's the time, one of my crimes I've committed here in my life. But anyways, that's something to get us started here. My stories. Let's get Injured in here for her stories, because you just know this wild child has to have some stories of her own.
Okay.
Injured, are you here with me here?
Is that okay? Hold on. Yeah, I'm here. I'm going to transfer
Okay.
Papa Polecat. Sorry.
Get Pop Polecat in here. Let me hear Injured stories. Get in here.
Okay. I transferred him. Okay,
he's in. He's
all
in.
right.
I got
I
him.
have a few stories.
Yeah, so which one do you want to tell? Come on, you could choose which one you want to tell. Remember, everyone, your face is on the internet, so be careful. Hopefully the time has passed. Think about that.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't say your worst
So-
offenses, please.
No. Okay. So I sort of mentioned this one on Thursday, but some friends of mine, there was this outdoor strip mall that we would go to at night and just kind of walk around because that's what we did and there was nothing to do.
Okay.
So we see this fountain in the middle and we're like, oh my God, we need some soap. So we go back to my house and my dad has like, what?
Hold on. Let's
It
just
needed
slow it down.
bubbles.
Slow it down. So are you on any substances at this point?
No.
Can we get an age check at this point?
I think I was about 16 or 17.
Okay, so 16 or 17, ruffians,
Yeah.
just trying to have some fun.
Yeah.
You decide-
We're
you
just
see-
having fun.
You see this area and say, we're going to get some soap. Okay, so keep going. What's the next step?
It's a
Go
huge
ahead.
fountain in the middle of this like nice ass strip mall, and we're
Okay.
like, okay. And I'm like, oh shit, my dad has some of that, like a huge jug of that like car washing soap.
Okay.
I can go get that. So we go back and I dump the entire jug of car washing soap into this fountain, and we got all freaked out and we left for a little while, and then we like drove back around and we noticed that there's like this mountain of like bubbles. It's like a fucking mountain. And
Okay,
so-
wait. Hold on. So just for the
Okay.
picture here, I meant the mental picture. We're at an indoor mall, right?
Outdoor.
Outdoor mall. Okay, outdoor
Yeah,
strip mall. There's
outdoor.
stores everywhere. Okay, this is in the
Yeah.
middle.
It's dark. It's nighttime.
So-
Nobody's open.
So real quick, when you let these bubbles in, are you guys trying to be cool? Like you sneakily pouring them in? Or you guys just like,
Yeah.
well, we don't give a fuck? What are you
No,
doing?
we were being sneaky, and
Okay,
then
okay.
like they do have security guards that walk around, and
Yeah.
so we left, and we see that it's huge, and we're like, oh fuck, I want to get a closer look. So we just kind of nonchalantly walk back in there, and the security guard's like, "Do you guys see anyone around here?" We were like, "No."
Of course, they go to you guys first because you have the
Yeah.
dyed hair, the tattoos. They had a pretty good
So-
idea what they were dealing with. Gotcha.
Yeah, but we just sort of walked off and never got in trouble for it, even
Okay.
though it was a really fucked up thing to do. It was fun.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
bubbles.
Okay, we're starting soft here, but I think those are good crimes. Big ups, Injured.
Yeah.
Also, Injured
Thank
has
you.
also shared before. She has done some other style crimes.
I've done
mostly,
some. I've done some crimes. Okay.
yes, usually substance related, but it's better
Yeah.
to hear the soft
We'll
side.
get to that later.
Yeah, we'll get to that later. Okay. Big ups, Injured, for sharing your story. Let's get
thanks.
someone else in here now. Keep going. Keep going with that screening, Injured. You're doing a great job so far. Big ups.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Injured's out of here for now. We're gonna bring in. Okay, so how do we want to do this first? I have 3 people on the line, and here I'll do it like this. Let's see whose story sounds most enticing before we choose. Okay, so Iwamoto, can you hear me, brother?
Yes, I can.
Okay, Iwamoto, can you please give the 1-sentence rundown of your crime, please? 1 sentence, just to get us excited for it.
It's not very exciting. It's all corporate theft. I just wanted to get your take on it.
Okay, corporate theft. All right, hold on 1 second. We're gonna get the whole panel, and then we're gonna come back to you, though. I promise. All right.
Yes.
Okay. Corporate theft is our first option. Next up, we have who's popping in the house? Can you hear me, brother? Who's popping? Who's popping is not popping. Who's popping is asleep at the damn wheel. Who's popping? Wake up. Who's popping? Wake up. All right, who's popping? You're on mute again. Next up, we have Papa Polecat. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Papa Polecat, give me the 1-sentence rundown of your crime, please. Go ahead.
Stole just hundreds of packs of magic cards.
Stole hundreds of packs of magic cards. Okay, hang on. We got one more person, and we're gonna come back, though. I promise we will. Hold on. Okay, one more crime here. Bill Brasky, give me the 1-sentence rundown of your crime, sir.
Stole something from a drive-thru.
Stole something from a drive-thru. Okay, hold on, Bill Brasky. We'll get back to you.
yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna start with the I want to get the corporate story out here first, all right? So, Iwamoto, please. Now, you've mentioned corporate thievery, white-collar crime. Is that how you would describe this?
Definitely. It's crimes that I always wash away by saying, well, it's a big corporation. How could I be? It's just a rounding error. But yeah, over the years, for instance, you leave a company and then on the last day, you're like, you know what? There's this thing I always wanted, and if I take it now, I'm going to be out of here. No one's going to notice.
Okay. So, what did you see? How did you? Is this a crime that took place? Nothing physical was taken. You're talking about on crimes on the computer. You put a little number here, a number there.
No. It's physical things from the workplace. Yes.
Okay. Gotcha.
Usually, it's if you work at a place long enough, you kind of know where the security flaws are, and so you can just sort of weasel yourself through. I know that this person doesn't check this and that. I know that this person's always away, and then you can, navigate yourself through this. Disgruntled because you're fired. You're fuck these guys. You know what? I'm going to take something with me for this one thing that I wanted, especially in retail. And of course, it's nothing too big because you don't want to be, because if you're caught and it's something really big, then you're really fucked.
Yes. Okay. Well, so that's some low level, but did you take anything of any value? Because of course we've all done that. I've stolen so many pens I can't count.
Oh yeah. It's actual product. So.
Okay.
I can
see.
I can give you a little bit of detail.
Some people are giving you shit in chat because you're stealing pens, but you stole actual product.
I can give you two ones.
Okay,
so one
please,
was
please.
I was very heavily into triathlon, and a new Garmin watch had just come out.
Yeah,
and so we had it in the back, and it hadn't been put on display for a week, and it was my last day, and I thought, you know what? I mean, this was in another country; it's not gonna come back
it's
for
fine.
me.
Yeah,
it's you know what? And it's slipped it in my pocket, left, last day, everyone's shaking hands, okay, take care, have fun, and then just make sure you don't post anything on the socials with you wearing that thing, and you're golden.
Big ups, all right.
And then, the other one is more valuable because it's a laptop, but it was for my wife. It was very simple.
Okay, see, Iwamoto, that's dangerous. You can't say because I stole it for my wife, it's fine, right? That's not cool.
Well, okay. Let me paint you the picture. You work in IT. Every day there's 10 laptops that get swapped out because someone broke them.
Yeah.
And so every day you see thousands of bucks getting thrown in the trash. And so then you think, you know what? If this one goes missing out of these thousands that we process every month, no one's going to notice.
Okay.
And to be fair, no one noticed, so... But as you can hear, I always wash these crimes away, but just say, you know what? They're these big corporations. Yeah. It doesn't really matter.
Absolutely.
But, I mean, to be fair,
bad.
It's still a crime.
It is still a crime, but don't feel bad. That's what we're here for tonight, by the way. Big ups to Iwamoto. You are a legend. Yes. Thanks for calling in today, and hopefully get you back on the show another time. You're a legend. All right, Iwamoto there. For the first crime shared from the audience, big ups, everybody. And yes, it's not a honeypot situation here. You're saying your online names. I hope you can change whatever the fuck name you want. I don't give a shit. All right, let's go to the messages here. We got quite a few messages as well. So I won't. Let me get the video off so I can. Oh, come on. Kat is loving this episode so far. Loving what's going on here. Actually, let's go here. I know what I'm gonna do right here. Here we go. Let's get to the big crab in the house here. Let's see what his crime is that he wants to share.
This one's not too crazy, I suppose, because I'm a goody two-shoes good boy, but I accidentally participated in a riot that one time. I was studying up in Dewie. If you know anything about Dewie, it's quite prone to civil unrest, and it was early August, so even more prone to civil unrest. And I was at an afters at my mate's house, the Bogside. Night goes long, take the 6-pack for the road, and I hear commotion, I hear music, I hear a little bit of breakage. And I'm like, I kind of know what this is, but I'm a little drunk and a lot of curious. So I pop my head around the corner, and sure enough, it's 20, 30 blacked out youngins all playing their music and on their phones, throwing bricks, throwing bottles at the Saracen blockade in the middle of the road. And I'm like, fuck, I ain't getting caught on camera here. Take it round the block, get a good view, pop myself down on the curb and just start finishing off the bottles. Just dinner and a show, I suppose. Once I have all the empty bottles in the crate, I'm waving the lad over, and I'm pointing at the bottles. I'm like, fancy them, and it gets run up to the front lines, and I just pocket my hands and whistle away home. Honestly, great crack.
Damn, that's a story. That man has lived in a factual riot. Like, we could probably track down this fucking riot and see what they were doing. But it sounds like he was just an observer there, the big crowd, to be fair. That sounded like a hell of a story, though. What area was that? That was English, Avery. That was definitely English. Okay. Next up, this one has the Papa Polecat. The Papa Polecat story gets me interested. All right, Papa Polecat, it's time now to tell your tale of your thievery, sir. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. So, back in high school, I had a bunch of buddies, and we all used to play Magic, but I never really had like an extensive collection, and they had all been playing for years. And so, one day I was like, you know what, I'm gonna fix that. So I hit up my buddy who had a car at the time, because I didn't, and we went to 2 different stores, over and over again for like an hour, like just going in and just. I was wearing cargo pants and just loading up pockets with just packs upon packs upon packs of cards. And and what I realized is you don't have to like open the packs, because if they come in like the cardboard, single pack cardboard thing, but only like 1 in 3 actually had like the little security strip. And you could feel that if you like press the pack, you could find out, okay, this one has a security strip, leave that one, grab all the other ones that don't. And so we would go in and just grab however many our pockets could carry, leave the store, just throw them in the bottom of his car, drive, a block away to the other store. Yeah. These are 2 chain stores, not like mom and pop card shops. Okay. But we went back and forth, at least twice to each store. And
hold on. Let me stop you there. So you're going to the same store. You're not afraid to go store, the same stores, or you're going to different stores each time?
It was 2 stores back to back, like alternating. So we went to one, went to the other, and then left again, went to the other store. So there was like an hour break in between each visit to each store. And so by the end of it, no one
notices what you're doing.
I have no idea how they're so freaking lax on it. But God, by the end of it, I mean, I was grabbing like the pre-con decks. Yeah. I think there was even like a fat pack I got. Those ones that's like 8 packs or something in a box. Yeah. That one probably opened, but by the end of it, like a moving box was like half full of just card packs. And I remember looking at it and being like, holy shit, this is a lot. Like, this was probably not a good idea.
This is some real crime action. All right, so so this is the Magic the Gathering Bandit here, and you're going back and forth. You got half a fucking cardboard box racks filled. Okay, so then my question is, when it ends, first of all, how did you decide that it was going to end? Because you see it was easy. What made you stop?
I mean, it was to the point where by like the last trip that the shelves were like almost bare of Magic cards. Like, I mean, I'm sure you've been to like, you
guys are
Walmart.
Running in. There's nothing else to grab.
Yeah,
I
like, by the and so it was like, okay, like if we're taking the last object, like we had already pushed our luck by returning to the same store.
You got that right.
So I was pretty freaked out by the end of it, and I'm like, okay, this is a sufficient amount of freaking stuff. Yes. And I just remember finally opening all of it, and I ended up with like play sets of so many freaking cards. It was insane. Like, it was around the time that Eventide and it was like dual color decks. Okay. I ended up making like an entire red-white deck, and like next time I went to my buddy's house and played Magic, I had this freaking box, and they were like, dude, what the hell? And I was like, well, my older brother used to play, and he left me all his cards, and so and they were like, "Can we go through them?" I was like, "Go for it, fuck it." And they all went through.
Okay, real quick. So so then you didn't even go at this for monetary gain, which is the reason most people steal shit. You were like, I just fucking wanted the cards.
Yeah, no, I straight up just wanted cards.
Okay. So then, let's get to the. Did you keep these? Did you sell any? Did you make any monetary gain from this?
I kept all of them for the longest time, but a lot of them ended up going to my friends. So, they all had other decks, and there's tons of cards I wasn't going to use. But I ended up making several decks out of all of them. Some of them I still have to this day. And then, most of it was just like given to friends. Or I think my little brother got some of them too, because he got into Magic.
Nice. Okay. Well, I think that qualifies as our biggest crime of the day. I'm not gonna lie, Papa Polecat. You are in the driver's seat right now. Thanks for sharing your story. Do you have any feeling or remorse for that now?
God, no. Big box stores can eat it. I used to work at one. The loss prevention is so ridiculous there. And no remorse.
Big ups, Papa Polecat. Thanks for calling in, brother. You're a legend. Thank you, sir. Big ups. Yep. Papa Polecat with easily the biggest crime of the day so far. The Robin Hood of Magic the Gathering, taking cards for himself. He didn't give them to anybody, though, except his friends. So that does count. That's a legendary move there. Big ups to Shiny Teeth, who says, don't trust FBI Insider here. No, I am not affiliated with any crime syndication. I am not the Fuzz. I am not even Fuzzy. I will not share anything we're hearing today. And please keep your identity safes. Okay, let's get to... Who's popping? Are you popping yet? Hello, who's popping? You're here with us today.
Good evening, everybody. It's 1:30 in the morning over here.
You're a legend. What's up? What is your crime, sir?
So, okay. So it's got two parts.
Okay, please.
There's actually a law in the UK, which means you can legally buy magic mushroom spores of different strains and use them under a microscope. So
Hold on, wait, pause. Let me make sure we keep this. So you can buy spores of mushrooms to keep them under...
Yeah, any strain you want. It's decriminalised. You can mushroom spores suspended in a solution you can buy to look under a microscope with.
For science purposes, I guess they're saying?
For science purposes, yes. You need a microscope.
Okay. Go ahead.
It becomes exceptionally illegal once you inject those spores into a growing medium, like grains, corn. I may or may not own a microscope, and I may or may not have injected the solution into a growing medium.
Yes, I think I got this. Who's popping? So let's say you're a bit of a gardener. Let's say. Yes. So this is our first ongoing style. Well, study of botany, I guess I should say. And that also depends on the fact that I don't own a microscope. Now, let me preface how highly illegal this is. Yes, please.
Magic mushrooms in the UK are a Class A drug. So if I'm found in possession, I get 7 years, an unlimited fine, or both. Now, I may or may not possess it.
Yes,
but
that's of course.
If you inject it into a grain, it becomes supply production. Okay. Now that carries with it a life sentence, an unlimited fine, or both. I'm just going to leave that with you guys.
Okay, who's popping? I think you have the top crime right now, actually. That puts you in the lead.
Can I also come in with a second crime, which is a lot
double.
less?
Follow up. Okay, go, please.
So, if anybody has plug-in power tools and they break, and you can open them up and have a look at the internals and remove the internals.
Yeah.
If you can find the exact make of model on Amazon, purchase it.
Okay.
Get it delivered. Open those bad boys up. Swap the internal components and send it as a return that it doesn't work. You've got yourselves a free tool, boys. You can do that. Take that how you will, but that's potentially
it's just an idea. You don't know if it works or not, but it's an idea here from Who's Poppin'.
Yes, it could work. It could. Yeah.
You're a legend. You're a legend. Thanks so much, Who's Poppin', for sharing your stories today. You're a legend, sir.
Thank you, everybody.
I feel Who's Poppin' is going to be on a future show as well. What a legend, Who's Poppin'. Thank you so much for that. Now, that reminds me, Who's Poppin' reminded me of my father's crime I can share with you. Okay? Now, this one, it involves an Xbox. I was going to say 360, but that's not even true. It's an Xbox. Remember those Xboxes? Well, my Xbox stopped working. And it wasn't the red ring of death. They kind of just kicked the bucket after time, right? So I told my dad, hey, it's not working. And I wasn't even looking for him to fix the problem, right? My dad is a legend, though. So what did he do? I found a new Xbox one day. But it was kind of weird because all the cables and stuff were the same. Were my same old ones. You got the dust on them, you know? But it's a brand new system, right? So what did he do? Well, he bought one, but returned it with the old Xbox in it. So he got his money back for a returned Xbox, but switched them, which was that's one way to get a new Xbox, let's say. I think that's what Who's Poppin' was kind of insinuating at as well. But so he solved the problem, I guess. I didn't know how he was going to do it, but that's how he did it. These were the early days, my friends. It basically wasn't even a crime back then. Remember that, guys. Just a long time ago. Long time ago. But big ups to my dad for doing that. He's not afraid to do that. All right, next up. Let's get in with Super Saiyan. Hello, Super Saiyan. It sounds like you have a crazy story for us tonight. Go ahead. Let us know.
AOT, you're the legend. I appreciate what you do. You're the hardest working man in YouTube, I think.
Big ups. You're a legend. Yeah.
I got a bit of a story. I turn wrenches and I listen to people in the background.
Yeah.
And there was this gentleman named True Freeman.
Mm-hmm.
And then one day he just had a meltdown and he said, drive by my house, toot the horn. And I just lived near him, and one day I just decided to do that. That was like maybe 5.5 years ago.
Okay.
So since then, I have perfected my troll craft in person.
Yeah. Okay.
I do the wellness checks. I don't send things in the mail. I figure I like pain. I like nutcases who yell, who are irate. So I do things in person. So we went from flyers around his neighborhood. I put some Star Crunch in his mailbox.
Real quick. Let me stop you. Who are we talking about again? Who's this gentleman that you are doing this?
He's from the black sector. His name is True Freeman. This is the guy I started with, and then I migrated over to Cyrax.
Okay.
So
True Freeman, then to Cyrax. Gotcha. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So he's a sovereign. He lives in Indianapolis, Indiana. Crazy guy. He's kidnapped 2 people on live. Bad man. Man.
Gotcha.
Now, what's related? Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department, they know of him very well, and they actually know of me, and they help me troll him. So one time I was flying a drone over his house. So I started a couple of years ago. I got my Mavic Pro Classic, and what I do is I have droppers. I drop stuff in his yard. First I started with toothpaste, toothbrushes, because he doesn't brush his teeth every day, soap, Dawn is a good projectile, just dropping it from the roof, and all this stuff's on my channel, Super Saiyan Gym 2.
Okay.
So I'm not just making this stuff up.
Okay, yes, it's not fact. It's very factual. You are definitely proven to do these things. Gotcha. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I make full-length movies of this. So I have a plot. So we have an enemy, we have a hero, we have a plot line. In each movie title, I like to do things differently.
Okay.
So these are full-length movies. You get a reaction out of him, and there's a response and all that. So I started with toiletries, wound up. I found out the most effective thing thus far is jars of paint.
Okay.
Jars of paint. You put in a little bit of BBs in them, and then you tie them to zip tie. You get a 3D printed dropper, and you just drop it. So the thing with Cyrax and this guy, they don't own their houses.
Yes,
so
that's true.
What I figure in my logic, Cyrax won't get off the internet.
Yes.
The only way to get Cyrax off the internet is to get him put out of that house. The only way to get him put out of that house is to have enough damage to that house where the lady's like, you know what, Sally, Ed, you got to go. Because you won't get him off the internet. And that's the only way. Same thing with this guy. He doesn't own the house. He's squatting for like 18 years.
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is, it's just damage to the property to get the landlord and the tenant, get the bad guy out there. And then it turns into a homeless arc.
Some people know you in chat, by the way, so that's big up. So you're kind of, I wouldn't call it Robin Hood, let's say, but you are.
No.
Yeah.
I am God's troll.
Okay.
I am the right hand in the shield of God when it comes to trolling. So,
Okay.
like, the aggressive bad people. So, like, for example, like, I wouldn't do this to Phil because Phil owns his house.
Yes.
So dropping paint on his roof wouldn't do anything to benefit him. Now, if I was near that area, I would actually make something to mess with his internet router on top of his house. That's what I would do. I would cut his internet service somehow. I would EMP or jam his service on his roof. And I've dropped like little fake jammers on this guy's house, and he told the cops that he believes it's a real jammer. And I have that on body cam. He said he put a jammer on my roof, and I just got like an old empty ECU from a car and put some wires and made it look convincing. So that's what I would do with Phil. You know, even if it would be a fake EMP, just something to get him irate. But you know, he's a harmless guy. These guys that are my target aren't so harmless. I mean, Cyrax, you know, he's a pet. He won't go anywhere.
Yes.
This other guy, like I said, he's kidnapped people 2 times on live stream. But my story with the cops is I was doing a sortie over his house one day, and a cruiser drove by me, and I was in my car, and it went up 2 streets. So I could see the cop, and I landed, and I seen the cop was outside. He seen me land, and I backed up, and he let me escape. So with IMPD, they kind of helped me troll, and we like troll this guy together. With Cyrax, I don't know yet. I mean, because it's kind of new with the Akron PD. I don't think the Akron PD is kind of cool like that.
Yes.
You know,
But I know they don't like him. They hate him though, right? They hate the cops of Akron hate Cyrax, right?
They hate him, but the response on the first time I dropped the paint was pretty quick. So with this, it's kind of like I have like a spy, you're caught, you're killed thing.
Okay.
So you can't like. It's not smart to loiter around, you know, but I always get first strike, and that's a good thing. And, you know, I'll tell these idiots, hey, I'll be there tomorrow, whatnot. So I go there and I get first strike.
Okay.
And it's just an escape.
Okay.
So I mean, it's just, you know, and I just put the videos out for laughs and giggles and shit like that. You know, I don't hurt people that don't hurt people. Pretty much.
I think we're getting into the. You're trying to validate this in your own mind here a little bit, though. Is that? It sounds like we're getting into that. Do you consider yourself a hero?
I'm an anti-hero, I guess.
Okay. Fair enough. Super Saiyan. Yes.
One more thing. The funny part
please.
is this guy is called the FBI, the FFA. He can't say FAA. So the FBI, the FFA, everyone's looking for me, and apparently they know where I'm at. They know who I am, which is not me, and they allow me to do this. So I think, you know, the law enforcement is allowing me to troll to an extent. And that's all.
There you go.
Hey, I just wanted to thank you for your good work, and thank you for having me up.
You're a legend, Super Saiyan. Thanks for sharing your the toils he goes through to put let's say predators in difficult times. Big up, Super Saiyan. I don't know anymore, guys. That might be the craziest one. Like that's the DSP thinks detractors are doing the things that Super Saiyan actually is doing to people who Super Saiyan thinks deserve that. Right? Hot first episode. I'm having fun. Hope you are as well. Big up, Smitty Weberman Jensen says, pretty sure I work for the mob for the summer. That counts, Smitty Weberman Jensen. Nothing wrong with that. Working for the mob style. There you go. We've all probably done it. Bill Brasky says, had to drop. These guys are heavy hitters. I don't blame you, Bill Brasky. You got to bring the heat. Any story's fine, though. My stories are tame compared to what we're hearing here. Mickey Thor in the house says, this is regarded Boondock Saints. Mickey Thor. Big ups. All right. We got lots more callers. Let's get to one more message here real quick. And where'd I put it? Right here. I want to make sure we don't get to... Okay, so Iwamoto called in, so I won't listen to that one, Iwamoto. You're a legend nonetheless. Let's get to the Elder Gamer 420. Come on.
What up, ALT and WPIG 1651? This is Elder Gamer 420 calling in on the crimes having been committed.
Okay.
When I was a younger man, I partook in the distribution of cannabis in my local area.
Okay.
Where me and my brother really reigned supreme in that regard.
Uh-huh.
But our empire came crumbling down when my brother ended up in rehab and disclosed the details of our industry to his therapist, who disclosed the details to my father. Now, my father and I were both cross-country runners, and the way he handled that was, hey, let's go on a run. We went on a run out into the woods, where he beat the ever-loving shit out of me.
Dude!
Yeah, and that thus ended my industry in the cannabis distribution. Big ups.
God! Elder Gamer 420's father comes from a different era. We don't talk about shit. We don't get you Xboxes to fix your problem. What do? We take you on a run and beat the fuck out of you. But here we go. Now listen. Say what you will about the fathering tactics, but it fucking worked. It fucking worked. I think that's the way, right? No shame. Scared straight. He was punched straight. Nose punch crooked, but soul punch straight. Big ups, Elder Game 420. Thanks for sharing, brother. That is a good one. All right, next up. Let's go. Okay. Oh, my God. All right. I can't believe this one is on my fucking screen, so I'm going to click it here. Let's see if he's telling the truth or not, because this one is insane. Where are you? Get in here. Oh, my God. Okay, Joey. Go ahead, Joey. What's going on? What's going on? Okay.
Hey, oh, you hear me?
Yes, I do.
Hey,
you gotta mute me though. Mute me on your thing.
How do I do that, sir? I'm sorry.
Oh, hold on. So you're probably listening to the show as well. Mute the YouTube.
Oh shit. Okay.
Hold on. Come on. There we go. What's up?
Is it better now?
Totally perfect. You tell me your story, Joey. Come on.
I don't know. Oh, hold on.
Come on, Joey. Joey, we started with so much promise. Now
Do you hear me? Yes or no?
But I hear me again. You changed
Okay, so
something.
when I hit the button, it was better.
When you hit the button, it was absolutely better.
Okay, I'll take care of it right now. Just let me.
Okay. We'll wait here. No, there's not a lot many people watching. Don't worry. They can
All
wait.
right, so here we go.
Okay.
All right. First of all, it's a pleasure and thank you for having me.
Your problem, Joey. Legend. Come on.
I'm going to talk about a time when years ago, when I lived in Brooklyn, there was a junction train station called Utrecht Avenue.
Yes.
And there was the N train that ran on the bottom and the B that ran on the top. Now, the thing about this train station was it carried 4 high schools with it. So 2 would come on the elevator side.
Yeah.
And 2 would come from the lower side.
Yes.
So me and my boys, we would all go to the different schools and we would all meet up in the back.
Yes.
We got into a situation one time when we got into problems or beef, like you would say, like the younger kids would say.
Yes.
With schools that were 2 train stations down. So one day we're all hanging out in the back train station and we're thinking about what are we going to do?
Yeah.
How can we make it so that they stop here so we can deal with them? So we took fluorescent lights. I don't know if you know that fluorescent lights, they're the long tubes. They have a housing.
Yeah.
We ripped the housing down and took it from upstairs down and threw it on the tracks.
Oh.
And so when the train came, I was all of 13 years old when I say this, and I'm sorry.
So you seem like a rough and tumble gentleman at this age, right? Is that fair to say, Joey?
Passed along the fluorescent tube housing, and when it connected with the rail, the third rail and everything else, it just popped, hissed, and smoke came out of it. And all I can remember as a 13-year-old lad was running down the whole train station screaming, I don't know nothing. So that was my first foray into anything vandalist or any crime thing. So thank you for your time. Oh,
You're a legend,
and
Joey.
I appreciate. I mean, we dealt with them, but
yeah,
it was the wickedest thing I did until that point.
Okay,
Thank
I don't think
you and
fuck. Yeah, Joey can't hear me. He said fuck DSP, so I hung up on Joey. Joey's a legend, though. Nonetheless, I mean, legend. I'm not sure about that. Action was not legendary, but Joey seems like a rough and tumble character that you don't want to fuck with. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get on Joey's bad side. So, Joey, thanks for sharing that story. His name definitely wasn't Joey, but he threw fluorescent lights down to hopefully stop a train. Joey, you got to run. Keep going and say you don't know nothing right now. Don't you, when you hear these stories of people saying they're like crimes and stuff, like, I think there needs to be more policemen. Let's fund the police more because these things are happening. Will ALT be reading the Penthouse forum letters later on? No. But listen, next week is going to be a whole different topic. So I'm thinking maybe like first date could be funny. Give me your ideas for topics. I would definitely want to do this weekly, and I think getting people's stories will be hype, you know? As you've heard, they can be very interesting. I don't know nothing. And you know, back there when they're in New York and stuff, I mean, if they hear that, you know, I think they're pretty sure that you do know something. Anyways, let's get to it. Next up. I think I hung up on the wrong person. That was Joey. That was correct. Okay. I hung up on Joey correctly. That's not his real name. Don't look into him. Okay. Next up. Now, Jake, I want to give you a chance here. Now, I know your story might not be as impactful as Joey's, but I still think it can be impactful and affects a lot of people. All right, Jake? So let us know what you doing. What you up to?
Yeah, first I want to say big ups.
You're a legend.
WPIG. I want to apologize in advance if I snort. I have some sinus issues.
That's fine. We're used to that in these parts.
That I'm actually taking care of them, unlike DSP, but I don't want to get into that. So
nice.
This happened a while ago. I can't tell you the place. I don't really want to tell you the establishment.
Yes.
Let's just say it was a food serving style establishment, okay? So like, but like over the counter, you know? So I had me and a friend work there. We were both very young, 18 at the time. Okay. Which to you is like, you know, a baby.
I was once there, that age, yes. Go ahead.
But, you know, so we both had the same job of how do I put this of cleaning certain machines, food machines, without revealing too much information.
We got it.
So we would go in around, the shift was 6 a.m. to, I think, 7 to 10, 6 to 9.
Yeah.
Just any time before the place opened at 12, right? So we would let ourselves in with the key, you know, then you just write in your time. It was old school style, you know. This was old style, where you don't have a clock in. So what happened was we would get there, you know, and we would have separate shifts. This wasn't at the same time. So when we got there, right, so I would write in the time I got there, and then I would write in 3 hours ahead of when I actually clocked out, and then just leave early.
Yes.
So we would get that money, right? So he did the same thing, and we knew where the camera was. It was on the other side, so you would just, you know, write in you were there at this time and then leave out the side without the camera, and you get, you know, free money from a local place. And we were like, this is, you know, easy. Sounded, you know, kind of a dick move, but so what ended up happening, this is the good part, is he got there, right, when he was supposed to. He wrote in the time. Let's say he wrote in like 11 p.m. He clocked out, and he left at like 9:30. He gets a call from our manager, who just happened to come in early, and he's like, hey, so we know you've been doing this, and we're gonna have to let you go and dock the pay that you took. Now, what happened was he got let go of that, got fired, and they didn't say anything to me, right? But the next paycheck I got had some reductions on it, and I looked at it and I didn't say anything. I was like, okay, I guess they know, but they didn't fire me. I kept doing it, you know. I didn't keep, like, I actually stayed the whole time.
Yeah.
But that was, you know, that's my little crime.
Okay,
yeah,
that's fair enough. So I gotta ask though,
small town crime.
Were you friends with this coworker, or kind of like you guys worked together and you kind of?
We knew each other since like second grade. We're like, you know, tight. Like so that's how we both were like, oh yeah, I'm doing this. Are you doing this? And we're like, yeah, all right.
Okay.
And so we collaborated. You know, it was a collaborative style effort. And we thought that we were slick, and clearly didn't work out. And now he's a manager himself now.
Okay.
And he has to deal with that type of shit, and I'm like, man, we're, you know, it's karma. Like, you got to deal with guys coming in late trying to like, I don't care. I'm not a big corporate guy personally, but you know, I'm like, man, it was a silly crime. After hearing all the other ones, I'm like, you know, maybe I didn't do anything too bad.
I think Solid Cold just said, this makes me realize how many crimes I've committed. That's kind of what I'm feeling, too.
Oh, listen, I feel bad. I only feel bad because it was a local place. Like, if it was from, you know, when I worked my last corporate job, I didn't steal time, but I, you know, where it's just emails, you're just like, man, you're doing whatever. You're watching WPIG on the clock. You're you know, playing games, or you're doing whatever. And you know, because it was a local place, though, I feel kind of bad. I still go there too because they have great stuff. I'm like, so I'll like show up and I'll see my old manager be like, hey man, how's it going? Like, he's nice to me, but I was like, oh, he knows.
You see the other workers and give him a little nod. Yeah.
Well,
I know.
everybody was like, why'd he get fired? And I was like, well, here's the thing. Don't do what we did. Be smarter about it. But anyway, big ups. I want to say I love the show.
You're a legend, Jake.
I hope to look forward to more.
Yes, please call in again, Jake. You're a legend, all right? Don't forget it. What a legend. And we all done that kind of stuff, right? It's kind of like part of the job, I feel, right? When I worked at a bank, and like anytime you have to drive somewhere, oh my God, that's the best. Because I don't know how to drive anywhere. I don't know directions anywhere. Holy shit. I got to go down the street. It takes 5 minutes. I don't know how long it's going to take. 5 minutes. I got lost. The traffic was hell. Whenever I had to take my car to the bank to do something at another like branch, oh my God, those are the fucking best. It's going as long as possible. 10 stops. I'm chilling in the parking lot for 5 minutes before I get out, you know? One time, I still remember when the person, like, I got to the other place, the other branch, right? And I'm, as usual, like, listening to the radio in the car or whatever. Like, all right, I'm going to go in when I feel like going in. This is when I feel like I'm going in. And then someone that worked there, though, came out and saw me just sitting there and kind of like, hey. And I was like, fuck. Now I got to go in. Piss me the fuck off. Anyways, not going to be pissed. Let's move forward positively here. With Jericho in the house. Here we go. Come on, Jericho. Hit us with it. Come on, Jericho. What's up?
What's up, ALT? First time listener, first time caller.
Hell yeah. And that's not true, though, but go ahead.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for putting this on. Thanks for everything you do for the community.
Yes.
So when Papa Polecat said that he stole magic cards, I was like, oh no, let me think of something else. Or, you know, I don't want to have a repeat.
Yeah.
But just like there's more than one way to skin a cat, there's more than one way to steal and profit from the theft of Magic the Gathering cards. So I'm an older style gentleman.
Yes.
I'm not as old as you, of course, but close.
That's fine.
So when I was in middle school into high school, I saw the popularization of self-checkout registers.
Yes.
So the thing about a self-checkout register, especially in those days, they weren't the most sensitive devices in the world, and they weren't the most closely monitored devices in the world.
Yes.
So it started innocently enough. You know, if I'm buying, you know, a handful of booster packs of Magic the Gathering, I would scan one across, maybe I'd scan two across. What's the harm in that? You know, the weight, the bag is suspended, so the weight's not going to know any difference. Nobody's watching me. Hey, that's two for the price of one. So then we have escalation, like many of the great crime sprees of history.
Obviously.
So I'm getting 3 for 1, I'm getting 4 for 1, or I'll do you know, a few at a time, and then eventually I'm walking out with tons of it. And I figure I'm safe because if anyone does see, like, oh, you know, honest mistake. What am I doing? I'm a kid. I'm just buying cards.
Yeah.
You know, I never would have attended. Of course, please.
Yes.
Who could you know think anything ill of this face?
Yes.
But where things kind of got out of hand was when I would go online and I would see, because, you know, as a kid playing Magic, I didn't really understand what was good or what was bad. This was when I was first into the game.
Yeah.
So this rare land I don't care about this. What is this? This is a land. This isn't a cool creature. This doesn't have a cool picture on it.
Yeah.
Oh, this website will buy it for $20.
Oh.
So before I know it, not only this is now a profit-making enterprise that I can turn around to steal more cards, to sell more cards. And at the end of the day, what stopped me was just like, I am becoming a criminal. Like, this is a more successful enterprise than my job.
Oh my God. So hold on. Now don't get the store you were stealing from, sir. How would you describe the size of that nationwide chain style?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. They don't know you from anybody. You just going in there, just another customer. They might have hundreds the same day.
Correct. And it would be, less than once a week.
Okay, so you were kind of being a little
and there
bit
were multiple,
careful.
It's the type of chain that there's like multiple in your town, if you know what I mean.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So, all right, now I got to get to the ending, though, because you said that it was getting more profitable than your actual job. But still, that's a very, very alluring thing. Is that money, free money, basically, outside of being scared for a few seconds, right? I mean, did you get that feeling of scared, or do you get it down to a science where you don't give a fuck? All right, scan 10 at once. I don't give a fuck. I'm the Lone Ranger. What were you thinking?
No, I was always scared.
Okay.
Because I'm never, like, this is by far, my biggest, other than, drinking or whatever. This is by far my biggest crime. I've never even speeding, nothing like that. I've always been a well-behaved kid, but I wanted magic cards, and I didn't have money. But so it really was like feeling bad, like, whatever, Walmart can stand it, that's part of their, it's in their percentages, I'm not going to destroy Walmart, but like, man, this is like starting to be a lot of money. Like when I sat down, because I could look at, my transactions with the online, I'm like, we're approaching like thousands of dollars. So that was the end of my criminal enterprise.
So shows though, Jericho, that you have you do have a heart in there somewhere that said, all right, this is kind of getting crazy. I have to stop it. Honestly, that could have saved your fucking life though, Like, think about it.
Right, for sure.
There's a lot of people that might have said, fuck it.
I wasn't clever about it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Like, if wherever you're selling the cards at, they track that shit, and then all of a sudden, it's like, all right, this guy has a lot of fucking transactions, dude, and if you get caught, that's all going into that court case, Yeah,
because I wasn't clever about, every single time selling it to the same place, I'm like, why is this kid selling like 2 or 3 cards on a weekly basis? Like, what are we doing? Yeah.
Big ups, Jericho. Thanks for sharing, and good. Thank your lucky stars, I guess, that you had your own moral code at some point kicked in.
Eventually.
It took a while though, but you did it. All right, big ups, Jericho. You're a legend. Thanks for calling, brother.
Thanks for having me, buddy.
Yes, Jericho's a legend. Big ups. The magic thief that saw the error of his ways before it got too crazy, and he was stealing Black Lotuses and shit, and then selling those. Who's Poppin' makes me laugh when he said, "Can Jericho spot me a 20?" Big ups. Criminals coming together to get to share times together. Big ups to Joey Rivera. Says, thank you for all that you do. Well, Joey, thank you. Thank you. And thanks for sharing your story, my friend. That was an epic one for sure. Let's get to another message here. Let's get to my crime. This is only 10 seconds, so I think we might have a joke-style crime here. Or maybe they couldn't figure it out. Had a message. Let's hear it. Here we go. 10 seconds.
Big ups WPIG. It's your boy Lotion Up. I just wanted to call and say that I killed T. Nothing I could do.
Oh, no.
It wasn't my fault.
Oh, God. Come on. My crime. I knew that was going to be a joke-style joke. And that was a joke-style joke. Okay, next up. Stray Beans, it is you, my friend. Stray Beans, what do you want to tell us tonight? Uh-oh, Stray Beans. Stray Beans. Stray Beans dipped. I scared him, I think. Stray Beans dipped. I scared him. We're going to go move on positively here to Sister Anime. Go ahead, Sister Anime. Hello.
Hey, LT, what's up, brother?
What's up, man? Sister Anime, you're a legend.
I'm not gonna jerk you off like everybody else. You are coping.
Thank you.
Mute
YouTube, though. Mute YouTube.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead.
Are you familiar with Quest bars?
Quest bars, as in the things that is in games?
No. They're like protein bars. They're like meal replacements.
Oh yeah, I know
so,
those. I'm still echoing, by the way. Hold on.
When I first moved out of my
wait. I'm still echoing.
Oh, I'm still echoing? What the fuck, bro?
My voice is echoing. So you're hearing me somehow.
How about now? Is that better?
Hope so. You go ahead. Can you hear me still?
All right. Well, now I can't hear you, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, that's the problem. Just tell your story. Go.
Anyways, so when I first moved out of my dad's place, I was working nights at a grocery store. I was a shelf stocker style.
Okay.
And I was saving up to go to an anime convention. And at the time, I was on what's called a keto diet, which if you're not familiar with that, you just eat a bunch of protein and shit like that. And I got really obsessed with Quest bars. However, they are very, very expensive. Okay. So I was working at this place for like a couple weeks and got sick of it. And I was like, all right, fuck this. I'm just going to quit. And then I was sitting at home and I was like, man, I really want a fucking Quest bar. So I was looking around and I saw my uniform and I still had like my like little clip for like my ID or whatever. Because I didn't take any of that shit because I just left.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wonder if I could just like go to a different store and just walk around, like see if anyone says anything.
Okay.
And at the time that I had long hair and I wore glasses.
Okay.
So I threw on my uniform, bundled up my hair into a beanie, put on contacts, went to a different store, disguised completely.
Espionage.
And if you just walk around like you're supposed to be someplace, nobody says shit.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So I walked in with purpose, went to the back, parked my car in the parking lot across from the store.
Genius.
Went in, went to the back room, got a giant cardboard box, just started loading that shit with Quest bars. just filled the entire thing up, grabbed the box, walked out of the front of the store just like I was supposed to for some fucking reason.
Oh my God.
Got across the street back to the parking lot to my car, load the box into the car, get in. I see somebody in another uniform from the store walking towards my car, already on the phone. And I'm like, oh fuck.
And then what?
Never peeled out of a parking lot so fast in my fucking life. And I get home and I just have the box in like the middle of my living room. I'm just staring at it and I'm paranoid as fuck. I'm losing my mind paranoid. And I get so scared that at the apartment that I'm living in, I take the box and I take it like 2 buildings down and put it in like bushes behind the building. I'm like, if anyone comes, they're not gonna find it near my fucking building. And no one's gonna find my fucking protein bars. And I go back to my apartment. I just leave it there for like a day. Yeah. And I'm like, there's gonna be fucking cops here. Cops are gonna be looking for protein bars. I'm gonna go to jail for fucking protein bars. I'm such a fucking idiot. And I'm like, I can't sleep. I'm sweating. And, nobody comes the next day. And I start to calm down a little bit. And then I'm just like nervously eating these protein bars. And I got so sick of the fucking taste almost immediately. I think just because it was coupled with the stress. Yeah. I ended up just throwing most of them away.
Come on. That was worth it for you?
And so yeah, that's my very petty theft with an unconventional amount of planning that went into it overall.
Damn. All right. I wish Sister Anime could hear me. I'm going to hang up, though, unfortunately, Sister Anime, because he can't hear me. But that is... I got so many questions now, Sister Anime. Get some headphones and call back. Come on. I want to ask you about what... Like, you had to be thinking that they could come at any time, right? They could be at the door at any point now, especially because they're following you. But, I mean... That's a hell of a crime, right? I guess the good thing. I wonder how many people out there, because that story was unsuccessful, like pretend that thing went out without a hitch. Sister Anime there might be, still on the crimes to this day. But because that one failed, they didn't, right? Anyways. Big ups for the story, Sister Anime. Yeah, I guess if you don't have headphones, it doesn't work. So make sure to have headphones on if you're calling in next time. All right, Anonymous, 10 seconds. Do we take a chance? Anonymous, 10 seconds.
Hey, just checking in to ask you if you have an Ozempic hat for cat.
Ozempic hat. I do not have a Ozempic hat. That has been asked for me before, though. Would I wear an Ozempic hat? And I'm on the fence. I don't know if that's, I think that might be outside of the WPIG moral code, honestly, the Ozempic hat. I think so. I know there's someone that has sent a hat, and it's in the P.O. box now. I'll pick it up. But I think it's Vinny's Pizza hat will be my next hat. But Ozempic hat, now I'm not sure about that yet. But you're a legend anyway. Thank you, sir. It would be hype. I know for the meme it would be very funny. But all right, let's get Indrid back in here. Indrid, come on in. Come on, Indrid. Get in here, Indrid. How you feeling?
Yeah.
How's it going out there?
Good.
Are you?
Good.
What's been your favorite crime we've heard about so far?
Oh my God. I love the Magic the Gathering ones. The quest bar was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I'm still trying to get over Joey's. I think Joey's is honestly the scariest one. Like legitimately fucking up transportation system of an entire city. That takes balls. That takes balls. Indrid.
That was very ballsy. Yeah, that's fucking crazy. Oh my God.
All right. Indrid, you're doing the great work, okay? Thank you so much for call screening. Has there been any weirdos yet? I always wanted to ask, have everyone tried to hit on you, get your number?
No, there was one person, then I was like, what's your story? And they go, no habla inglés, and then hung up.
Okay, so he was probably trying to see if he could, he might have just finished when you said that, I think.
Fuck off, man.
I think you might have sent him over the edge. That's fine, though. That's fine. It's all part of the job.
That's fine.
That's all part of the job. No, I think, next we won't make Indrid do this every week. We'll get different people in here, different flavors.
It's fun.
And stuff,
I am having a good time, though.
You're doing great. Thank you, Indrid. Thank you, Indrid.
It.
All right, next up, let's go for our next story time. Is going to be with Kenny. Kenny, how you feeling, my friend?
Hey, I'm doing good. First
Kenny.
of all, I was that fucking manager chasing after that quest guy.
Okay, that makes sense. Go ahead.
The fucking quest theft of 2017. Can you fucking believe
it? The quest caper? Yeah, go ahead. All right, so what's your crime, sir?
So in university, there was a bar that all the first years would go, mainly. And it's like a 3-level bar. It's outside, indoors. And it's just huge. It can hold fucking 300 people. So there's security everywhere. And there's 6 different bars in this bar. And someone was hosting an event there, and they had cool labeled glasses, like drinking glass.
Yeah.
And we're like, hey, this is kind of cool. We should bring this home. So my lady friend, she finishes her drink, throws it in her purse. We bring it home. We're like, sweet, we got this cool drink.
It's a drink glass, right? We're talking about glass.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha,
yeah, it was like a mug with a Coors logo on it. Or something.
Gotcha. Okay, go ahead.
And so we're like, okay, next time we gotta up the ante. We gotta get something better. So we go to the bar again next weekend. And I'm like, okay, what's better? What's better? We're telling our friends we gotta one up this thing. So we order like deep fried pickles or whatever. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna steal this plate. So I take the plate, shove it down my pants, and we're walking out. And then I see there's some condiments. So I'm like, I'm gonna grab. And we're all drunk, you know.
Yeah, obviously.
And I'm like, let me grab some mustard. So I grab a thing of mustard, throw that in my pocket, walking out of the bar. And outside of this bar, there's a hot dog stand that, you know, all the drunk youngins go to afterwards to sober up a little bit.
Yeah.
So I go up to the hot dog stand, everyone's ordering. And the guy gives me a hot dog, I put it on my plate, everyone around me's like, where'd you get this fucking plate from? And then I whip out the mustard from my pocket and just laying it on the hot dog, everyone's freaking out. So that was a fun time.
Yes, that is so. And, it sounds to me though like you're just stealing for the thrill of the steal, right? The thrill of the take. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha.
But but I'm a goody two shoes. I don't like to steal something. So next time we go, I'm like, okay, this has to be the ender. I don't want to do this anymore. Get caught, you know?
Yeah.
So there's like multiple. There's like a big dance floor section. There's a big pool area. So we're playing pool, and the pool cues are like single cued. It's not a 2-piece.
Yeah.
So it's literally like a 4.5 foot, 5 foot cue.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how fucking awesome would it be? Because it has the bar's name on it. And it's a shitty cue, but it has the bar's name on it. Everyone knows this bar.
So you kind of like you're leveling up the difficulty, right? Because the cup is easy, plates next level. Now you're going level 3, cue stick. Now
level 3.
That's a 5 foot piece of wood. You can't put that in your pants. Go ahead.
So I'm like, how the hell am I going to do this? So I'm like, all right, distract, just cover me. Because we're a security guard walking around everywhere. And so I face the wall, I shove the cue stick down my leg, my pant leg, and then I flip my shirt over the cue, and it's up near my collarbone.
Okay,
and into my shoe. So,
very long.
It is there, and you could see it.
Yeah.
But, I'm just wearing pants and a t-shirt. So I'm like, fuck, okay, if I'm going to take it, I've got to take it now. So, because I can't like, take it out of my shirt. Hey, let's do this later.
Yeah.
So we're leaving the bar. So we have to go down 2 floors. And then to exit the bar, it's a big alleyway that smokers are on both sides, like 50 people, 25 on each side or whatever, smoking. And you got to like, excuse me, get through everybody. And at the end, there's 2 security guards to make sure that people don't walk in this way.
Oh, okay. So you like just to reset
front.
the stage, you got to get through the exit door, past Smokers Row, past the Guardians at the front, and you got to walk with a one of your legs has a pool cue like kind of a splint on it. Okay, gotcha.
Exactly. And I can't bend my leg.
Yes.
And
okay.
if I move my leg back too much, then the cue starts to shove forward out of my body.
So you have to pretend to be disabled then. Okay, gotcha.
Okay, you got it. I was gonna say pirate, but
so you kind of pretended to be like you didn't have a full function of both your legs then.
Exactly. So I'm walking with this limp, and I'm like, fuck. Like I'm drunk, and I'm like, these fucking guys aren't gonna believe I have like a fucking wooden leg or something. So to up the ante, when I'm walking out, I say, "Have a good night, guys."
So you spoken like
and the security guards, the one guy, he said, "Yeah, you too."
Okay, I got you. So you tried to like say, "I'm not all with it with your goodbye," kind of.
Yes.
Okay. Now,
and the security guy
let you
fucking
go.
bought it.
Yeah.
And I fucking run around the corner where the hot dog stand is. I smash this cue stick out of my neck.
Yeah.
And I'm playing air guitar on the way home with it.
Do you have a pool table at your house?
Definitely, I do not.
Okay, so this was just another fun heist for you here. Okay, Kenny. Yeah. Big ups, Kenny. The heister of cup, plate, pool cue. What's your next heist? Let us know.
Oh, man.
What's more difficult? TV, I guess? Where are you going to put that? All right.
So I walked into a Best Buy.
All right, big ups, Kenny. You're a legend. Thanks for calling, brother. You're a legend.
Right, thanks, man. Have a good one.
Kenny with the pool cue steal. Well, that's a case of enjoying the thrill of the steal, not the actual item. We've seen both examples today. I will now get to, look at this. Look at this. Who says royalty can't be criminals? Who says royalty? Who says being at the top of your field doesn't mean you do not want to involve yourself in criminality from time to time? Dark Side Drill, not quite Ka-Ching of the Ring, but I still put him there in terms of the royalty that is music making in this crazy world. He would be on Mount Rushmore if there was one created right now, but yet he finds himself in criminal dealings. Dark Side Drill, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing, ALT?
How's it feeling? That's up. What's going on, man? You can't get into criminal stuff too. Come on.
Well, I did when I was younger, but like you, I'm an old-style individual now, so, we calmed down as we got older. So,
yes.
kind of a funny story. When I was freshman in high school, I had a girlfriend, and she was from Newfoundland, up in Canada. She was in school on a school visa.
Mm-hmm.
She was cool. We hung out and stuff like that. Just to kind of skip ahead a little bit. So one of my friends, who was like the dude, right? He was the dealer. He had the parties going. It was all this and that. Invites me out to a little get together, and I already knew him from previous happenings and shit like that. But so I'm all hyped up, freshman in high school. This guy's like a senior. Let's go. So I call up my girl, come out with me. Like, let's do it. It's gonna be fun. She doesn't want to go. She doesn't want to go. So I gotta kind of pull, a little drill gnosis on her and be like, come on, it's gonna be fun. So she finally agrees to it. He picks me up. She's in the car along with two of her friends. We go to a spot, one that everybody knew about. We're sitting there, we're smoking, we're, being rambunctious. Next thing I know, blue lights are behind us. The cops pulled me and my homie out of the car. They did the whole 9 yards, this, that, and the other. They find weed in the car. It was mine. I'm going to admit, I tried to stash it, not even realizing that she was sitting behind me. It was just like oh my God, I'm going to get in trouble. I'm going to get kicked off the team. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
We go to the police station. I'll never forget her mother's face when she walked in, because me and the homie just put our heads down and she said, "That's what I thought." Fast forward a month later, I didn't realize that if you get hit with a drug possession charge when you're on a school visa, yup, she got deported, bro.
Oh!
I swear to God. I swear to God. And I had to apologize like 10 years later when I found her on Facebook to tell her, because I moved out of state. My mom was a traveling nurse. I was all over the place. I was like, yo, I don't know how to say this. I don't even know if you care. Just know I feel bad. Hopefully we can make it right. We did end up reconciling, but yeah. I don't know anyone else in the world who accidentally got somebody deported, but that's like one of my funniest kind of criminal stories.
Brutal. So you were the one that had the weed. Those ladies didn't know you were going to be.
She didn't even want to go.
Damn.
She didn't want to go. She didn't even want to go, bro. I had to beg her because I didn't want to go out alone, and I ended up ruining her school career.
Oh, so wait. So after that, when it happens, obviously you're to blame. What kind of reach did this news have? Was it just kind of linked into your friends only? Did your parents find out about this? Because my parents would be pissed as shit if I did that too.
Everybody knew.
Okay. Yes.
Everybody knew. I was on probation at the time. I ended up going into juvie and then ended up moving after that because my mom wanted to get us the hell out of that city.
Yeah.
And then Facebook, started blowing. Well, it was MySpace at the time, and then Facebook blew up and all that. And then we ended up reconciling because I went back to the town to link up with some friends, and we kind of laughed it off. But yeah, because she still lives in Canada to this day, and she kind of was like, well, it worked out. She's got kids now. She's got a family. It's all good.
Okay.
But it wasn't something that she wanted to happen. And like I said, her mom has hated me ever since. So
well, yeah. Well, we all make mistakes, Dark Side Drill, and sharing your story will maybe stop others from making that same mistake, right?
Yeah,
so,
no pignosis of any kind. Just let them do their thing, man. Let them stay at home.
Big ups, Dark Side Drill. You're a legend, sir. Thank you so much for calling.
Big ups, ALT.
You're a legend, man. All right, Dark Side Drill joining the fun of criminality tonight. Getting someone deported. That's pretty rough. Our tier list of the crimes we've heard today is getting more complicated by the second. If you know what I'm saying. Okay, next up. Great name. Hello, Phil Smokes Crack.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Let's hear your story, Phil Smokes Crack.
All right, so it's kind of funny. The other people are making me realize how many minor crimes I've committed because I keep hearing it, and people, I'm like, oh yeah, I did something similar to that. So, the guy who was talking about the protein bars, I used to work at a vending machine warehouse. Basically stocked the sodas and the candy and shit that goes into vending machines, and I realized pretty quickly, okay, I could take some of this and nobody's going to care. So, I'd take a soda while I was working, a candy bar while I was working, whatever. I gained 15 pounds while I was working at that place. But what I realized, the big ticket was they'd bring in the vending machines for servicing. and they would just empty all of it because, you know, the candy and stuff is expired when they bring it in.
Yeah.
So they'd have me empty it into a box and throw it away in the dumpster. And I was like, dude, you know, I'm like, I don't remember, 21 or whatever at the time. I was like, dude, I'm not going to throw this away. Like, this is a crazy amount of stuff. So I would sneak in at night because I couldn't like put it in my car like he would see me. So I would because I was responsible for locking up. So I would just not lock up very well where I could like slip in through the gate and I would sneak back in at night with my roommate who had a car, you know, and I would take it out of the box where I'd like really carefully place it in, and then I would take it with me. And unfortunately, he eventually started taking me off of locking up. So it got like progressively more like risky to take these. Like eventually I had to start like climbing the fence, and then like where this ended up stopping was I wasn't really paying attention to what I was taking after a certain point. Like you get too comfortable doing it, you know, so you just start like taking shit.
Yeah.
And just like that other guy was saying, I accidentally grabbed 2 boxes of just like those protein like Cliff bars. And it scared the shit out of me because number one, I knew I couldn't like sell them, right? Like I couldn't put them up on Craigslist because they would know, like they would tell they'd gone missing. And then when I went back into work the next day, the owner of the guy, because like he, you know, it was a small place, there's like 5 or 6 people. So he was like talking to me about it. He's like, yeah, some homeless guy must have like broken in and stolen these. It's like thousands of dollars worth of these Cliff bars. And I was like, oh my God. And he put in like floodlights and everything after that. I was like, oh my God. Like,
so that
and he was
scared you
telling
off,
me about it.
or no?
He what?
Did that scare you off or no? Was that
it
still
scared
not
the shit
done?
out of me.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
no. That I was completely done after that.
Okay,
He was like
okay.
talking to me about it. I was like, yeah, goddamn homeless, right? I mean, what the fuck? But yeah, after that, because I only worked at that place while I was in college, and so for like a year after, I just stopped taking anything after that.
So again,
And
this
it was
just
dumb
for
because like
the-
he
the
would have let me
thrill.
take the expired stuff, I think.
It was just for the thrill of the steal, then, for you too, right? Because it's not about the items, right? You're not happy to have
For me,
10,000.
confidently, it was about the items. I was eating the candy. I was drinking the soda. Dude, I mean, it was literally like, I mean, you just empty an entire vending machine. So for me, as like a broke-ass college student, like that was like my meals, practically some of that.
Okay. So it was functional for you. All right. Big ups. All right. Well, thanks so much for the we got more protein bar style stealing going on tonight. Didn't expect that. But big ups, Phil Smokes Crack. Thanks for sharing that, my friend.
Yeah,
Big
thanks, man.
ups.
Have a good night.
Big ups. Phil Smokes Crack sharing another story of stealing the Quest bar. That's one of those things, though. Like, well, Phil Smokes Crack here. That's not the exact case because he did have use for it. But sometimes you just want to steal stuff just because you want to steal stuff. I think it's this human thing as an animals. We will see something, we just want it, you know, and we don't even want it, but just to have things, right? That's what I'm sure there's a link to that in hoarding, right? You just you want stuff, you know? Even stuff you don't want. You kind of want it, but you don't know why, and it's fun. Anyways, big ups. Let's move through here. Let's see. People we have, let's see, what time is it? 9:25. We got to finish by 10 p.m. here, so let's not get too many more here, but we still have multiple people online here want to share their stories of criminality. So let's go to, we have this is a story that Philip has shared before, I believe. And Louie wants to share a story of something happening at a party. And that's also happened to DSP. But tell your story, please, Louie.
So I was at this party in the middle of like nowhere, and it got posted on some dude's story. So as soon as we pulled up to the party, there's people fighting in a mosh pit, you know, like typical stuff, you know, like they're betting money on each other.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's like a barn to the left and there's a house to the right. So I go up to the barn and everybody just starts running and they're like, there's cops here. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, why is everybody running? And some dude pulled out a shotgun. Like he came out through the door, pulled out a shotgun, and another dude drove off on a dirt bike, hit the ditch, ended up snapping his neck, dying. And I got to the car, and my brother was with, and some other friends. They hid in a cornfield because it was in the middle of nowhere. So there's like cornfields to the left, to the right. So they ran out into the cornfield, and they're hiding out there. And the cops blocked off the main road. So we're just like driving around waiting for the cops to leave.
Yeah.
And finally they left after like a couple of minutes, and ended up like picking up my brother and them. Yeah, that was
Okay.
interesting to say the least.
It sounds like a hillbilly style party. Would that be fair to say? In the middle of nowhere, country style?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it definitely was. I mean, there's other parties I've went to that stupid stuff has happened.
Big ups, Louie. Thanks for sharing your story of a party.
Yeah.
And someone died there, so I guess that's serious. But big ups, Louie.
Mhm.
At least it wasn't you, right? It wasn't you.
Yeah, no,
Fuck
it
'em.
wasn't me, thankfully.
Big ups, Louie. You're a legend. Thanks so much, Louie. Legend. All right, next up, we have... now we're going to more small stuff here, all right? A few small style crimes, but they all count tonight. Palm, what do you want to tell us here about your tale of thievery, Palm?
Oh, hey, y'all. Yeah. So my story is back when I was in college. I was a broke kid, so I didn't really could afford much. And this was during the time that PS3 was popular, and I wanted a PS3. So I went on eBay and couldn't find anything that was affordable. But I found a like $25 non-functional PS3.
Yeah.
So I had an idea to buy it, and I got it. And then I went to a GameStop, and then I bought a used PS3 there. And then when I got back home, I started peeling off the barcode in the back, because back then they would scan the barcode of the PS3.
Yeah.
And so I peeled the barcode off, and then I got with super glue and a hair dryer, and I put it back on the broken one, and then I got the new one, or the used one, and I kept that one. And then I just went back to the store, and I told them, guys, something's wrong with this. It's not working. It's so weird. And they looked at me like, okay, let me check this out. And they looked at it and like, yeah, it's just like it's bricked. It was like an actual bricked one. And they're like, that's kind of weird. And they scanned it. It's like, well, the barcode matches. All right, no problem. Here you go. And then I got a brand new, well, not brand new, but a used PS3 for like $25.
Okay,
and
well,
I swindled them.
that's a good deal, though. But, okay, so how nervous are you during the check? Okay, so that's what I want to know about this stuff, because how much are they checking, right? Because are they going deep with their checks or not that deep?
This guy, when I bought it, it was like whatever. But then when I returned it, the guy was kind of sus. He was like one of those people like really nerdy into like video games and stuff. And he was kind of looking at me in a weird way, like he couldn't figure out like what was wrong with it.
Yeah.
And he's like, "This is impossible because they do the refurbishing and they check it."
Yeah.
So, and he's like, "You bought this like a couple of days ago. This is kind of weird." And I was nervous. I was scared. I'm like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!" And I bought it with I used a credit card too. So I was like, in my mind, I was like, "Oh my god, they're gonna trace me. They're gonna track me down. I'm gonna go to jail or something like that." It was very dumb of me at the time to think that way, but it was like whatever. And then when I got out, I was like dancing in my head, like I got away with it. I got away with this. I got a PS3, and I played that PS3 for like forever until it died on me for like 5 years later or whatever. But yeah, I was really nervous at that time, and I was never good at lying.
Yeah.
So
it sounds like you're a wholesome.
me.
I don't know if I'm right or not, but Palm sounds like a wholesome style gentleman. Have you ever turned to crime since that time, or was that good enough for you in your lifetime?
I committed smaller crimes, like, stealing stuff at like a store, like shoplifting and everything.
Okay.
Mostly like when I was in high school or in college.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember there was one time I stole from it was a friend who stole a Nintendo DS from some middle school kid.
Yeah.
And we were going back home, and we're in the car, and I see the Nintendo DS on the seat. And I'm like, oh, that's the Nintendo DS that he was bragging about that he stole from this kid. So I'm like, screw this. And I just put it in my book bag, and I took it. And then the next day he was like, hey, man, guys, did you see my Nintendo DS? I can't find it. I was going to resell it. I'm like, nah, dude, I don't know what you're talking about. And I just kept that DS, and I basically did that.
Well, I think if you steal from a criminal, it's not actually illegal. Some
right.
say.
So that was my idea. It was like, it's an eye for an eye type of thing. It's karma, basically.
That's fair. That's totally fair.
I have another video game one, which was actually back in the day. It was during the same time during the PS3 era.
Yeah.
I was buying games. I would buy new games, and then I would basically take out the games, and then I went on eBay and I bought like the shrink wrap for the game cases.
Okay.
And And then I basically got a hairdryer, and I would basically shrink wrap them again with like some like broken disc that I had, or I would put something in there to make it seem like it was rattling. And then I would go back to Target and I would return the games back.
Okay.
And I would get like full credit. So
I think
then I
I
had
spoke
like
too soon when I said you were a wholesome style gentleman, didn't I? Keep going though, Paul. Go ahead.
This was in college. I was broke at the time, so I was like, I needed to do this. So I basically sold maybe like 10 or 15 games at that time. And then one time it kind of backfired because I was selling these games on Amazon. And at that time, Amazon was like the selling point wasn't really good. It was like it was really hard at times. And one guy was trying to scam me by saying he didn't give me the online code. I think it was Battlefield, Bad Company too.
Okay.
Where you need like an online code to play the online. And I didn't steal that. I left it in there, you know, hoping like, hey, look, you're getting this game, you're getting the online code and everything. And then he was trying to swindle me and complaining to Amazon. I had to go back and forth with Amazon. And Amazon's like, unfortunately, we're going to have to side with the buyer because it seems like you didn't give them a code. And I'm like, I gave them 2 codes because I had a bunch of codes from when I stole the other ones. So when I thought, I was thinking like maybe I didn't put the code in there, but I was pretty sure I did. So I gave him another code that I knew was going to work because I never used it. And he's like, this code doesn't work either. I'm like, what the hell? This guy's trying to like scam me. Unfortunately, he did scam me. It was kind of like karma on my end where he basically won the case. It was like $25, but I was like, God damn it. And after that, I kind of stopped because I was dealing with a lot of issues on eBay. eBay was just more of people just complaining about like, oh, it came late or whatever. Yeah. But the Amazon people, they were like, I don't know what it was, but they knew that Amazon would side with them like 100% of the time. Yeah. And I got screwed over, I think 2 times on that one. So then that's when I stopped doing the little switcheroo. But I would go all over where I lived. There was a bunch of Targets, and I would go to different Targets, and I wouldn't repeat the same location because I knew they would catch on eventually, which I found out later on somebody else was doing the same thing too in my neighborhood, and they got caught.
So you had a little bit of an operation going on. Excel sheets at the very least? Like, all right, I went here, or was it all mental still at this point? You don't have a full operation going.
This was like spreadsheet type of stuff where I was like planning out the locations. I would like, okay, this is a 10-minute drive. This is a 15-minute drive. I could do it here multiple times. I have to go during certain times of the day because I would notice that certain workers would be there. Like the older ones wouldn't really care. The younger people are the ones that would give me looks like they would shake the case like,
because they, get the oldies, right? Get the old fucks. That's who you want to get with. Yeah, okay,
so,
got that.
So what I would do is if I didn't have enough, like, you know, blank CDs or broken CDs or whatever, I would go with the empty cases to the locations with the old people in it, and I would just do it with them. With the younger people, I would have to have a CD in there because they would feel the case. They would actually touch it. There was one guy, he would touch the case and like, okay, the CD is in there. Okay, you're good. I'm like, what the hell? So it seemed like people were doing that in that area. Like they were like
so then
getting the
you
new
put a
games
little
and switching them
mark
out.
on your Excel sheet saying this is a little bit risky now. They might be on to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the one by my house was easy to do because there was always like older people in there, but the ones like by the expressway and everything, those always had young people in there, and so I had to be very careful with that, and I stopped going to that one for that reason.
So what made you stop again? Was it just that one bad experience on Amazon? You realized the profits weren't there anymore?
Yeah, it was the Amazon thing, and then I kind of felt bad. I felt guilty. I was like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this. But I was like, it's Target. It's a corporation. Who cares? Yeah. But I just kind of like was a little bit paranoid that I was going to get caught eventually. Yeah. And after that, I didn't do it. So
okay. Well, Paul, I spoke way too soon when I said you were a wholesome gentleman. But now maybe you are now, at least. Maybe you
I was robbing
your ways.
corporations. I wasn't robbing mom and pop shops.
Robin Hood.
Like,
Robin
I would
Hood
never
Palm.
do that.
Big ups, Paul. Thanks for calling, brother. You're a legend.
Thanks. You have a good night.
Palm in the house here. Now, I got to get Indrid back in here. Indrid. Get your ass in here.
Huh?
I saw something in chat that needs to be verified.
Okay.
I see you said that you sometimes don't scan everything still to this day. Is that true or not?
It's okay. It's mostly accidental now, but I did use. I did it the other day. I put one of those stupid flavored waters on the bottom of my basket, and noticed when I walked out of the store it was still on there. But I did used to when I did use makeup, I would purposefully forget it in the cart and not scan it.
Yes. 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 Okay.
Girls
there
got
we
to
go.
do what a girl's got to do, man.
I just wanted to get the verification on that. Big up, Sandra. All right, Indra, we're gonna put you to no more calls will be taken. Indra, you
No
are
more
done
calls.
call screening. Yes, we got enough calls.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
All
So
right.
you could chill
Sounds
and hang
good.
out though. That's cool too.
Yeah, I'm having a great time.
All right. Here we go. So let's get what's left here on our calls. Here we have the legendary Raining Lemur in the house here. Now, this is a new style story here. We've got a lot of thievery happening today, but we have not had your story told yet, Raining Lemur. How are you feeling?
How's it going, AOT? What's going on?
Big ups, man. Let us know your tale.
All right, let me preface this by saying, to qualify how fucking stupid it was.
Yes.
My dad was the lieutenant of the police department in the town that I grew up in.
Mm-hmm.
One of my co-conspirators, his mom was a detective in the police department that I grew up in.
Yes.
In the town that I grew up in. So there was this housing development that was across the street from the car wash that was in between where my house was and where my group of friends were. It was all on the same street.
Okay.
So if we were walking up to somebody's house to play football on the street or whatever, we would pass this development that was being built.
Okay.
Well, one day, one of my it was me, a couple of friends, my brother, my brother, he grabbed a rock, chucked it through a window, and we were like, "Oh shit! Hey, here we go. This is bad." And so, we kind of split, and we're waiting for a couple of days because every day there were cops at my house. I mean, aside from living with a cop, there were other cops at my house.
Yeah. Okay.
And so nothing happened, and they had stopped working on it for some reason. I don't know if the construction company had ran out of money. I don't know. I was 15, 16 at the time. So, this is Stone Age time, like you and me.
Mm-hmm.
And so one day we were just kind of fuck it. And we went walking through there was 15 or 20 houses. It was going to be a gated style community. They hadn't put the walls up or anything. So we went into one of the houses and we just knocked the wall out. Just completely took out all the drywall. And then on the first and the second floor, busted out all the windows, ran away thinking, oh shit, we're going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
Next day, nothing happened. And so it was almost like Office Space on the damn PC load letter copy machine. We went tearing through there, busting out windows. We methodically went through every single house and pulled out all of the wiring, put it into bathtubs, broke windows. We took several bottles of water because they had bags of concrete, Quickcrete. And we mixed up concrete and started slinging it on everything that we possibly could.
Hold on. So this is just for the fun of it at this point, right? This is just an activity you guys are taking seriously.
We are just being stupid as hell.
So this is interesting because there's no gain except the fun of doing it, which is fun, to be fair.
Yes.
Breaking stuff is fun.
Yes.
But you're the funny part is getting water to make concrete just because it's going to be annoying to clean up one day. That's funny. That's exactly. Pretty up next level.
And so I mean these houses we got up on the roofs. We were tearing out shingles.
Oh my god! So there's no reason for this other than to be fucks, and you were definitely having fun being fucks. So what makes you stop though? What makes you stop? We just got bored.
One of those things no, it's one of those things where you see it in a movie where everybody's going ham on everything, and then they stop and look at the destruction that they've caused.
Yeah.
And so it's just kind of oh my god, there are no walls in any of these buildings. There are three bathtubs.
God.
3 bathtubs, and they were Roman tubs. So not just the regular bathtubs. We're talking 2 people snuggle in bathtubs, full of cable, coax cable, the copper wiring. If we were smarter, we would have kept the copper wiring for obvious reasons, but we weren't. But just bathtubs full of wiring, windows busted, just mountains of concrete. Poured everywhere.
Did it ever get cleaned up? Did you ever see the resolution of this damage you caused?
Okay, so this actually delayed the finishing of this development for about at least 2.5 to 3 years.
Oh God!
I had graduated high school and I moved away. It was a couple years later. My mom owned a store in that town, and she was like, F this noise. I don't want to be here. Can you come up and manage it for me?
Yeah.
Well, I moved back, and I want to say it was like, I can't remember exactly, 3-4 years later, it still wasn't done. So
nice. There you go. Rating Lemur with vandalism for the sake of vandalism, without a message. Just the message is carnage. Fair to say, Rating Lemur.
Absolutely.
Big ups, Rating Lemur. Thanks so much for sharing your story of vandalism. Go ahead.
The one thing that made me the most paranoid about it was after we had stopped, because we made front page news. This was before internet was. We made front page news, vandalism. I can't remember the name of what the community was going to be. It wound up being a your people style community.
Okay. Yeah.
But we made front page news, and every my brother's room and my room were on the downstairs, and every time we'd see a cop car pull up, we're thinking, oh shit, this is it. Like they found fingerprints on the rebar that we fucked everything up with.
Damn.
And so we see the boots go walking by, and the doorbell would ring, and we're going, oh my god, they're gonna come get us. Nope, nothing ever happened.
And would you ever? Because your dad, you said, was a cop style individual.
Oh yeah, he was number 2 at the police department.
Is he still with us? Is he still with us to this day?
He was a sheriff up in a smaller county in my state for about 16 years, and then he just bought a farm in Missouri. So he didn't buy the farm.
Okay.
He just bought a farm.
Have you ever thought about telling him about this tale now that many years have passed since that time?
Oh, I did.
Okay, what did he say at that time?
He goes, I knew it was you.
There we go. Base dad story. Big ups. You're a legend, Rating Lemur, for your carnage alone. Thanks so much for calling in, brother.
Thanks, man.
Big ups, Rating Lemur in the house here for vandalism's sake, which is the best way to do it. I'm trying to think of my vandalism style, which there isn't much, honestly. I haven't really done much, except for I told you that story on the test show, which you can see if you remember, I think. I did throw eggs. Well, I didn't even throw the eggs. I was in the car that was throwing the eggs at people in the McDonald's parking lot, which doesn't even count as vandalism, doesn't it? Because it's just fucking eggs. They come off. But I nonetheless was in the car and got chased for that. Even though I didn't do it, I didn't know that was on the docket for the activities. Because whatever dumb fuck I was hanging out with older kids for that month or whatever I was. And that was just normal activity for them. And they got chased. In a small town, let me tell you. Small town chase. Oh, there's one other thing I did that, there's one other vandalism I did, but it was kind of, like the super annoying kind. So one of my friends his house got toilet papered. He didn't know who did it. He did not know who did it. So then, as a joke, we other people, friends, decided to do it again to make it like a targeted thing, to make him like kind of paranoid about it. So we did it like, I think 2 times. And then we decided, he had people over at his house, and he had set up a camera. I'm not talking like these little webcam cameras that are all hype now. I'm talking the old days where it's a camcorder facing the front, and he would record the whole night trying to catch them. So we saw that, and they said, okay, well, I'm the mastermind of this one. I said, here's the thing. We're all here. One of us has to do it now, and then he'll never think it was us. All right? So that's what then we got one of our friends now while we're at the party, went out, not me, of course. I always delegate. I'm the delegator. And then they toilet papered his house while we were there, and he wasn't taping, to kind of make sure we never know it was us that did it the other times, It was like, I don't know what happened. But and then we told him after we graduated high school, years later, we told him it was us, and he said whoever toileted the paper the first time, he still doesn't know who did it, but it was only one time, and it was all us. But anyways, moving forward positively here, let's go to Bubble. Bubble, hello, sir. What do you got for us today?
Hi.
Yes.
I had a story, but hearing all the other ones that have come through, I think I have a more illegal story.
Okay.
Than the original that I had planned.
Okay,
so,
go ahead, please.
While I was in university, this is back around 2014-ish, there was not a lot of options for your internet service provider.
Yeah.
And the only one we had a pretty low cap on how much you had in the plan.
Yeah.
So I went on YouTube and figured out how to hack my downstairs neighbor's Wi-Fi and got the password and used it to watch all sorts of Netflix and Hulu and stuff on what I considered to be free bandwidth.
Okay, that definitely was free bandwidth. Were you enjoying? You can also do erotic videos, tasteful ones, of course, artful, of course. You could do that style stuff as well. I hope you were taking advantage of that, right?
I don't know. I don't remember which network I did that on. I was doing that, but I don't remember which network I did it on.
Okay. And how long did this go on for? This stealing of network.
I want to say at least a semester, maybe 2 semesters.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So,
well, still
fair amount of time.
Well,
I still remember the password. It was Oddball the dog, spelled with a bunch of like numbers in place of letters and stuff.
Now, the first time you logged in, you had to feel like the biggest fucking hacker in the universe, weren't you? No? You seem like
it was a rush.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'd be like, I am the computer god. I could do whatever the fuck I want right here, just because you get no one, you know?
Yeah,
Nice.
I was hacker man for like 5 minutes.
Definitely. So, okay, but after the semester ended, you didn't go back to this. Did that increase your hacking in the future? Did you ever get interested in other types of hacking, sir?
No, I'm a bit paranoid of being arrested.
Okay, big ups, Bubble. Thanks for sharing your story, brother. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, no problem.
You're a legend, Bubble. Hacker man, Bubble. I remember, like, the first time you do anything on the computer, you think you're the biggest computer fucking ass. You're the biggest computer connoisseur on earth. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you need to reset the password? No problem. Watch me do this, Mom. But I'm like 11, you know? I thought it was cool. And I remember, like, when one time I got to in schools, like back in my day, there was not so many computers, but we had a computer lab where all the computers were. But not every teacher had a computer yet in their kind of setup. But one of our teachers did. And they always have this, obviously when you are away from the computer, you got to log back in or whatever so students don't fuck around with the computer. But our teacher just dipped. So I was like, all right, cool. I went to the computer and I was like, I'm on it. I don't know what to do, but I'm on it. So I'm just clicking things, playing solitaire on the computer. I thought I was a hacking god. Little did I know, that was nothing. Anyways, moving forward positively here. Let's go to Sam Babar. More thievery, sir. What's your story?
Big ups, ALT. How are you?
Good. Let's go. What you got for us today?
All right. So this was about 7 years ago when I was becoming book smart.
Okay.
At the collegiate level.
Mm-hmm.
But my street smarts kind of kicked in because we were leaving a party that I myself got very ruckus at. I could see, I was so gone I could see about arm's length in front of me.
Yeah.
That bad. And so we're leaving, and I guess maintenance was preparing to install a new dishwasher in someone's unit.
Mm-hmm.
So they had just left it out there on like a not a dolly, but like just a little pallet with wheels.
Mm-hmm.
So we just sort of rolled with it and like took it out of the building with us, went about 2 blocks, and then just left it there because we didn't want to move it no more.
So you weren't interested in stealing, just moving it to make it inconvenient for them.
No, we stole it, and then we just didn't want to bring it the whole way because it's
okay. So what's your next move, though? What's your next move? How do you sell it?
Oh, we didn't. That's why we left it there.
Okay,
we just
so
left
you just
it 2 blocks
left
out.
it there and said, "All right."
So we're
fuck
just
it.
like, this is too much. This is too much work.
Genius. You really
and
thought that one
the
out.
next day on the university Snapchat story, we were like, "Why is there a dishwasher in the middle of the sidewalk?"
So that's that. See, I put that up. I chalked that up to college tomfoolery, wouldn't you, Sam Babar?
I mean, perhaps, but it is. I'm pretty sure dishwashers are like $500, so that is at the very least grand larceny.
At least, yes, if you actually stole it. But you kind of just put it away, so put it somewhere. So, but anyways, Sam Babar, you're a legend. Thanks so much for calling, my friend.
All right, thank you.
You're a legend, Sam, with the dishwasher thievery style. That's a light Raz style crime. It still counts though, but it's a Raz style crime. You know what I mean? All right, last call of the day is going to be I'll ask him how to say his name. Hello, sir. Are you with me? How should I pronounce your name, sir?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How should I pronounce your name, sir?
It's Chaopathic.
Chaopathic. All right, Chaopathic. That's good.
Okay,
I'm a little bit
first of all-
echoing, but it's fine. Go ahead.
No worries. First of all, I feel bad. I kind of gave Injured a bad description of this, but I'm a fossil style human like you, so
we're different. But go ahead.
This started back in the Super Nintendo. I was about 10 years old. My controller for my Super Nintendo wasn't working that well.
Yep.
My mom didn't really want to buy me a new one. She's like, you know what? She taught me this. So we go to Walmart. We buy the exact same kind. We go home with it. She says, get the old one, and we unscrew it. We take it apart. We completely clean it up. She gets her paints out because she is very artistic. She gets her paints out and just make brand spanking new. Puts in the box. She says, okay, now this is the new one. It's not working. And so I go in there, and because this is the old days, Walmart's just like, oh, well, do you want a refund, or do you want to just replace them? Like, well, shit, I always wanted a new controller. I'll just take the controller. So I get 2 new controllers. And, well, it stuck with me. So guess what I did during the PlayStation era and during the PS2 era? I paid for 1 new controller maybe once. And every time after that, it's just a controller stopped working. I just get a free one.
So is this still going on to this day? It sounds like to me.
No, absolutely not. Because I was feeling kind of bad because the PS3 gentleman. I'm like, shit, man. I'm like, he's telling my story. Only it's a lot better. But but like he was saying, but also like he was saying with the PS3 and how they scan the barcodes. The PS3, they started serializing everything, not just the system, but if you look on the underside of the controller and there's a sticker there, if the sticker's not worn down from years of use, there's a serial number on there.
Yes.
You don't track stuff just because it's physical. No, man, you track it by the serial number, and not just that, Walmart, because of all the other criminals, Walmart's like, oh, you're returning something for a refund or replacement. Okay, give us your driver's license, and you're like, fuck, seriously. And so it's not going on because if you're willing to put in the effort and drive to a different store, whether across town or to a different town, whatever, by all means. But I'm like, nah, this is too complicated.
But still, you still have how many new controllers would you say over the years you've received from this method?
I don't know, at least Super Nintendo, PlayStation, and PS2, and because I did the PS3, maybe 11.
All right, sounds pretty good to me.
And I'm just saying, I would never advocate for crime breaking, fraud, or theft, but controllers are overpriced. What the hell?
So it's more of a statement you're making here. You're not saying.
Well, back in the day, it wasn't that bad. It was $15, $20. Okay, cool. Now it's like, hey, PlayStation 5, $60 for what?
Yes.
A controller? You out of your mind?
Yeah, that is true. This is how we fight the crime. Fight the power. That's what I'm learning here. Fight the fucking power. But did that make you go into any further crime, or is that it? Because it seems like you got a good deal going here with the returning scheme.
Kind of like the other gentleman who stole internet. One time when I moved into a shitty apartment, I didn't pay electric bill for like 3 years.
Well, they don't tell you.
No, because some apartments is like this is the rent and then plus whatever for utilities, and I just thought, okay, it's in my utilities. No, probably about 2-3 months before I was getting ready to leave, I started getting calls from the PG&E, and they're like, hey, hi, this is can you go check your utility meter? I'm like, what? Why? They kind of hit me. It's like I haven't paid a single electric bill since I moved in. I'm like, well, I'm moving out anyway, so.
Oh, so wait, yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Because did they come back and say you got to pay the whole thing?
Nope, they didn't.
Oh.
But that's not exciting because I didn't know.
Yeah, it's still like it's unintentional, but still they might say like, all right, dude, you got to pay it back. But if you're leaving, then fuck them. That's the landlord's fault. That's a good point. That's the landlord's fault. Fuck them.
Yeah. But, so. I mean, I don't know. Just that's probably about it. I'm mostly a straight edge.
Mostly straight edge style. Oh, my Chiopathic, please. Thanks so much for calling. You're a legend. We appreciate your story and your tale. You're a legend. Call in again, please, sir. You're a legend. All right. We have. I saw you, Anonymous Fish. Anonymous Fish is going to get to the last story of the day. 46 seconds of his tale of thievery. Let's go, Anonymous Fish. Send us home here.
I don't usually do voice-style stuff, but after seeing everyone give it a go, I've got a tech-style crime I want to share with you all.
I'll tell you one thing. Your mic sounds fucking good, so I don't know why you don't do more voice stuff. Anonymous Fish.
One time I was doing some exercises and gained access to a wireless network near my house.
Oh, this is AI, isn't it? I'm getting cucked.
Inside that network, I found a server, conveniently with an unsecured root account.
Okay.
A few hours later, I was in and started snooping around. I found a handful of videos whose thumbnails showed someone preparing some rock-style drugs, if you catch my drift. But that wasn't all. Inside that folder, there was a video of DSP's incident, probably the biggest WTF moment in my life. Big ups, Alt. If you do this again, I might set up something to call in live. Also, use secure passwords.
Hold on. Now, I'm going to change the name of the room every week. That's how I get around the password thing. But hold on a second, Anonymous Fish.
I found a handful of videos whose thumbnails showed someone preparing some rock-style drugs, if you catch my drift. But that wasn't all. Inside that folder, there was a video of DSP's incident, probably the biggest WTF moment in my life. Big ups, Alt.
Big ups, dude. There we go. Is that... Found a video of the incident in the folder he should not have been looking at. There we go. Anonymous Fish, big ups. Yeah, I'll keep doing it. But now's the time of the show. We got to decide what's our next topic. So I'll get the poll going here because you guys have been chilling here the whole night. Let's go. What's next week's topic? All right. So I think first date. I saw some people say first time getting laid. I don't know. That could get dirty too quick. You know what I'm saying? I think I want to keep it somewhat chill. You know what I mean? So first date is cool. But what's another option? Let's get Indrid in here to get her take. Indrid, are you there?
I'm here.
What's any ideas for our next week's topic? I think first date. What else you got?
Yeah, I think like bad first dates would be really good. Or like maybe like I think a bad theme is good. Maybe like bad Christmases, bad vacation.
Christmases is good. Vacations. Yeah. First wank. No, that'll get dirty too quick.
Maybe
that'll get
worst
dirty too quick.
Injury, self-inflicted. I don't know, self-inflicted something. Not that. No, not that. But worst
bad
injury.
Snoot. Oh, bad break. Okay, yeah, bad breakups could be hype because we
bad breakups would be great.
We could get some tears and tears.
Cringe moment.
Oh, tears. Yeah. Okay, I'll do breakups because I want tears. That means emotion. That means viewership. Okay, breakups.
Let's get some pain. Oh yeah, worst gifts ever received, dude. My grandmother gave me a fucking accordion once. I didn't know what to do with that.
Oh God, accordion? Do you ever play it?
An accordion? No, I didn't know
how. Okay, so let's do nightmare roommate stories, worst party, vacation, injury. Okay, injury's kind of interesting too. I'll put injury up there. Injury's good. I'll put injury.
It could be fun.
And one more. Okay, first date, breakups, injury, first wank. If we start out there, I'm just being worried about how it's going to go. Yeah.
Women?
Yeah, if we start there, it might be dangerous, you know. Divorce style stories. I mean, what percentage of people are divorced? I'd be down for that. But that's breakups.
Well,
come on, that's a hell of a breakup.
You might not believe it, but I was married once for 6 months.
Yes, Ingrid has a breakup story. Okay, and then we'll do drugs. Okay, a lot of people are asking for drugs.
Yeah, drugs. That sounds like fun.
Poll
I like drugs.
is there now. Go vote. It's right now. Decide it right now. Yeah, so
I'm a fan of the first dates.
What? So not to spoil next week. Let's give them
sure.
In case it wins, which it looks like it might.
Sure.
6 months. I mean. When you say I do, aren't
20.
you already thinking it might end soon, or how's that work?
No, dude, I thought he was my person, but he was also like a super partier. He was a bad guy. Yeah, he was a bad guy. Yeah.
Okay, so it was just a quick. Well, how long did you know him before you got married?
Oh, we were together for like 2 years before we got married. Yeah. Got married when I was like 20. Divorced when I was like 21.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah. Great.
No, very full. This is a no DSP zone, my friend. We're not doing DSP stories on this night. We do it every other day.
No.
Though. Don't worry, brother. We got enough DSP shit going on. Okay, right now, poll update. 38% says first date, 32% breakups, 12% injury, 28% drugs. Very close, actually. I'll let it go for a little bit more.
Exposure to DSP.
Mickey Thor said, first wank, I thought I invented it. I thought I was going to be rich.
Oh my God.
I don't want to tell my story now.
Just
in case we do that, I don't want to tell my story though. I can say mine. My first wank had no hands involved. How about that? That's a teaser. That's a teaser. Yeah, it is weird. Let me tell you.
Oh my God.
Let me tell
I'm
you.
divorcee, I know.
And I'll tell you this. I was scared shitless when it happened. I thought I was gonna die. I was like, all right, well, that's it.
Oh, what is this? What the fuck? Whoa!
Yeah. I thought something bad happened. I was like, all right, well, I don't know if I tell my parents. I don't know, but something happened. Something came out. Now what?
Mom,
who do I tell?
What do I do?
I was too young style. I hope. Let me tell you, my kids are entering the same age I was when I first found it, and that's a scary fucking thought. Let me tell you, scary.
Ew, I hadn't thought about that. You're gonna
that.
have to talk to them about it. Ooh, that's weird.
Anyways, moving forward positively. Yeah. Moving forward positively. No one was helping me, Richard Simmons. I was alone. Totally alone. If someone else was there, it would have been a much smoother experience. I was totally alone. Totally alone.
Oh my God. I want to know this story now.
Okay. Well, do you want to add first wank? But here's the thing, guys. We got to promise to be chill. We can't be that explicit here, right?
Yeah, we need your buy-in. Come on.
Yeah, but okay, we'll get back to it. Breakups wins for now, though. I'm going to end it there. Breakups. All right, Ingrid, if you do call in or message, we got to get your story of your 6-month marriage, your whirlwind marriage around the world in 60 days. Anyways,
yeah, hell yeah.
You're all legends, my friend. Thanks so much for chilling. Indrid, you are the true queen for taking care of the call screening. Thanks so much, Indrid.
It was fun, actually. I enjoyed it.
Do we want to share what is the Tractor Beam doing tomorrow? Let us know.
Well, we're going to cover the pre-stream like always. It's probably going to be terrible, and I'm going to love it.
There we go. Tomorrow, the Tractor Beam has it. Me and Atlas are taking the night off tomorrow. So next WPIG broadcast will be Monday with Snoodles. And he says this, for Monday, we need your beat off.
We need your beat off, guys.
You're all legends. See you tomorrow. Oh, BR Joe, did I miss your super? No. Don't say that. Do not say that. I'll wait. I'm going back. I'm going back for BR Joe. Too much of a legend to skip. BR Joe says, oh, yeah. None of the crimes admitted today came close to a chargeback. Come on, guys. That is true, though, BR Joe. You are right. Actually, that's not true.
Crime.
A lot of these were actually federal crimes we heard today, honestly. Right? I mean, some of that. Joey stopping the train. That's something. Big ups, Joey. You're a legend. All right, guys. I have no outro yet. I forgot to add it. So we'll just say bye here. Bye.
Bye.